Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to be talking about how we can edit shape. So this video is all about editing shapes in Figma. All right. Before we already talked about shapes, and we talked about the varieties of them in Figma, from line to arrow, rectangle, ellipse, and so on and so forth. But we just scratched the basics. So now let's take a look at the advanced way of working with shapes. So before I draw any shape, I want to draw a frame. So I'm going to click on here on my keyboard and we can see some presets in Figma. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on iPhone 17. So this is iPhone 17 screens. Okay. So I'm going to rename it, double click on this place and call it mobile screen or whatever you want to call it. All right. So now we have this screen here. So we are going to be working with shape in this video. And after that, we are still going to learn some other things like the pen tools and maybe some alignment functions in Figma because we still need to work on our landing page. We need to finish this landing page. But for now, let's work with editing shapes. Let's learn that one. So I'm going to go to shapes. We can create any shape. We can use any of these to learn about editing shape. But let's go with rectangle because it's very straightforward. So this is rectangle and I'm going to click here and then draw like this. So you can see that we can distort it anyhow. But if we want to have a perfect square, just click on shift like this. All right. So let's work with something like this. This is okay. And we can change the color to whatever we like. Let's just go with like something like orange for now. Or something like this. All right. Okay, so this is shapes. This is the basis of shapes, as you already know. Now, let us edit it further. So how can we do that? Right? You can do that in many different ways. We call it edit mode. Right now we are in the basic mode. If you want to go in further into the edit mode, you can just click these shapes twice like this. Pam pam. Now we are in the edit mode. You can see that this screen have changed. This design panel in your right hand side. Now we have vector, alignment, we have position, mirroring, corner radius, and some of these stuffs, right? Okay, so this is one way to enter into edit mode. The other way is if you want to leave the edit mode, by the way, you can just press escape on your keyboard. The other way is by clicking enter. So select this frame, this rectangle. In fact, let me rename it. Let me just call it orange rectangle now. Select it and click enter like this. We are back to the edit mode. And this is the edit mode now. So if you take a look at this thing closely, you see we have different points. We have 4 points essentially. This is point 1, point 2, point 3, and point 4, which means that these shapes, they were created in Figma. We are just coming to this place and then we just create it by ourselves. They are pre-created in Figma. In fact, we can create our own from scratch using the pen tool. And we are going to see that in the next video probably, how we can create this one by ourselves. But for now, let's just work with this particular one that we create with the rectangle. And in this pen tool, you can do different stuff. We can play around with all these points. They are being called points. So all of these as they are like this, with this line, it is what Figma call vector network because they are being created with mathematical path in Figma. So let's see how we can manipulate this path. If I click on this point like this, select the move to here like this. Okay, as I select the move to, we executed the edit mode. So let me go into it again. I'm going to click on enter. Okay, let this particular move to select here, right? This one, we have more menu here. We have move, lasso, paint, bend, cut, and much more. We're going to talk about some of them. So let this particular move to be selected. And if you want to edit it, you can just click on one point like this. You can see I've clicked on this point. So these points, we can then move it all around like this. You can see what is happening here. You can see that we can use this to create more advanced shapes in Figma. All right. If you want to customize our shape in any way that we like, we can use this to do it. So this is what edit mode is all about. And it depends on your creativity yeah, the creativity is just endless. It depends on anything. You can use to create custom icons. If you know how to work with pencil, you can use to create illustration and so on and so forth. All right. So this is how it works. Okay. So now what I want to show you is if you click on this one now, you can see we have this no mirroring. We have mirror angle, we have mirror angle and length. But this one is not a good example for me to show you that. All right. So let me just draw another thing for now. So what I can do here is that you can see as you're offering on this thing, we're having another point. It's saying that if you want to create another point here, this is like the middle of this point left to point right. If we want to create another point, we can just click it here like this. Now we have another point, and that one too, we can manipulate it however we want, like this. Okay, like this. And then we can select the particular point here and give it some corner radius, like this. Okay, this is how you can edit shapes. All right. So let me just make this one small. I'm going to press K on my keyboard and I'm going to just drag it like this. Okay, let me press enter to exit the edit mode. Now let's go and select another shape. Let's go with polygon for now. So I'm going to draw a polygon like this. All right. And I'm going to click on enter to enter into the edit mode. All right. So this polygon, I'm going to select this particular point. And here what I want to do is I want to select mirror angle and length. You can see when I select mirror angle and length, see what happened here now, right? What happened here is that we have access to these handles. These handles are what we use to control this particular point on the curved ground, right? Not on the sharp ground like this one. This one is set to no mirroring, as you can see now. But if it's set to mirror angle, you have three options. You can set it to mirror angle and you can set it to mirror angle and length. And I'm going to explain the difference between three of them. So if we set it to no mirroring like this, it's just saying that what we are doing in this particular point, in this right point, will not affect this place, right? It will not affect it at all. That's what it means. That's no mirroring. Okay. But if we set it to mirror angle, what we are doing in this place will be affecting this place. Okay. So this particular side is mirroring this side. That's what it means. And as you might have guessed, if you set it to mirroring angle and length, what is happening to all of this will be affecting to all of these too. The same length. Okay. That's just that on me. But in most cases, what you're going to be working with is mirroring angle. Okay. So now let's set it to no mirroring. So you can see we can customize this however we want, like this, without affecting this place. But if I set it to mirroring now, the same thing that we do here is now affecting this particular place. Okay. So let's go ahead and click on this one too and send it to mirror angle. You can see now it turned to, instead of that sharp line, it turned to a curve, and then we can do something with it. All right. So let's see whether we can create something out of this. What can we create now? There's nothing coming to my head. But let's see what we can create. Let me go and select another shape. Which one can we select now? Hmm, maybe we can go with, let's go with, just for us to cover some of these things, let's go with this ellipse. So I'm going to draw an ellipse now. I'm going to click on shift to make it a circle. All right. So what I want to do here is I want to enter into edit mode and I'm going to press enter on my keyboard. So we have on the edit mode. So this particular circle, it was created with 4 points. So we want to manipulate this point. We want to make it look like maybe a little bit of like a moon or something. So let's click on this point, right? And I'm going to just be dragging like this. Drag it, drag it, drag it, drag it, drag it. Till it become a little bit of a moon like this. Okay. So you can see that it's dragged. So let's stop here. Okay. And I want to click on this place. I want to make it like look like this. Now, as I'm doing this, you can see that this place is not changing. Why is it not changing? Because it's set to what? No mirroring. If I set it to mirroring, this place will be changing. And it can distort what we have in mind to do. So let me make it look like this, a little bit like this. Okay. And then this particular point as well. Okay. I'll make it look a little bit like this. All right. And then this one's supposed to enter a little bit more. I don't know if this is looking like an half moon or not, but that's what I have in mind anyway. All right. So this is a little bit of what we can do. We can do this in many different ways. This is not the best way to do it. I'm just showing you that you can use this one to create an icon. We can create maybe another icon with another stuff. Maybe this one, this polygon. Let's say we can create this. Let me just enter into edit mode. And then we can just click on here and make it look like this. Maybe something like this. Okay, this one is looking like maybe kind of a bookmark icon or something. All right. So we can give it the color that we want. So that's the edit mode. And then all of them has the edit mode. Okay. Like even star, you can put star in edit mode. Okay. You can do anything that you like with it. So you can play around with that. Okay. So up next, we are going to be talking about the pen tool. And all of these shapes, they are just pre-created shapes in Figma. We can do the same thing by ourselves using the pen tool. And that's what we are going to be learning shortly. I will see you there.